So this is the Huracan LP580-2, meaning you got almost 600 horsepower going to these mammoth 325 wide rear tires. I got this thing while in Tennessee, and I'll tell you that the first hour, a car has never scared me. This thing is twitchy. You turn off traction control and she'll get you. You gotta be careful with her. Right behind you have this mammoth V10 that screams. And my favorite part is the sound. I'll fire it up for you. And then I have two favorite weird parts of this car, but number one is these door handles. Pretty sick. Two, that never gets old. Everything in this car is an experience. Every time you get in it, every time you start it, every time you put it in gear, every time you turn it off, every time you flip the mode, it's an experience. Trunk space, you can maybe fit a backpack, maybe two, but you're not taking your luggage to the airport anytime soon. This wouldn't be my choice of color. I'd be black on black, but even in green, which is a little bit too showy for me. I mean, I don't know how you cannot be showy with a Lamborghini. She looks very sexy. So let's hop in and let's have a look. First thing I noticed about this thing, which is maybe a little unfortunate, is this is the exact same key as my Audi. Which, I don't know, kind of ruined my first impression, but the second I got in, you quickly forget about the crumminess. You pay 200 plus grand for a car and you get a very crummy key. But Lamborghini, you are forgiven for your $100 key because the second you start this thing, so why cars choose to have basic mode, which is Lamborghini's version Strada, Sport, and Corsa. If I owned this car, I'd have it somehow locked into Corsa, because why would you not? The interior is classic Lamborghini. I had the opportunity to be in an Aventador 2 days ago, and same kind of idea. Fairly classic. I can see a lot of Audi little parts in here, obviously. Audi owns Lamborghini. But super, super classic. Fairly easy to navigate. You know, you don't spend too much time in here anyways as you're driving. Over here, you've got a tiny little display that tells you your oil pressure, oil temperature, battery in Italiano. I won't try to pronounce it. Batteria. There we go. So you got your windows up and down, left and right. You've got your up and down for the car. This thing sits pretty low. Every speed bump, you know, you gotta be careful. You got your traction control off, which I would say play with caution. 600 horsepower to the rear wheels will, you'll end up in the ditch really quick. This is the fun button, but sometimes it's almost too much fun. Your hazards and obviously your parking cameras. You can turn them on when you're parking, much like the Audi. Now, a lot of this actually is, I'm very familiar with it because it's much like the Audi. Then you've got your climate control, your seats, air conditioning, whatever. Then you've got your navigation, you've got your menu, main menu, you've got your telephone. Car is car information. I believe when you click this, the display goes into the car, kind of much like the Audi system. You can click through it. And then of course you got your media radio control, start, stop, reverse. You pull up on this and it clicks it into the reverse. You got parking, and then you've got manual mode, which gets these shifters going. In here you have absolutely nothing except a small little multimedia device, as you can see. down here you've got your Strata, which is, I don't know, they would call it your kind of basic mode. You've got your Sport. And when I click it into Corsa, maybe you'll hear the exhaust change a little bit. Let's see. Just a little bit, just a little bit. Again, this mixed with this equals fun mode. So fun mode step 1, fun mode step 2. Gives you a quick warning that you may die, and then she lets you go. Right quick. So what a perfect place to end the trip with the Lambo. I've been to Nashville a few times and I'm always just drawn to this place. Big fan of the Lambo, the rear wheel drives. I mean, that just makes it. I've driven 400 and 500 horsepower rear wheel drive cars, but this thing just felt different. This thing just made you smile. It was an experience. Every button, every time you get in, every time you get out, every time you started, it's an experience. So, if you're willing to drop a couple $100,000 on a car, do it. Why wouldn't you? This thing was a blast. This thing was a lot of fun. I've been considering one, like really considering one, like going to dealers and scoping them out, which is why I wanted to get into one for a couple days. And it just confirmed that, Lucas, go make this thing happen. We have one company in the crypto DeFi space, and a nice all black Lambo would not only be a great experience to drive, but it's also great for advertising and marketing purposes. So I've been seriously considering one. I do live in Canada, so the all-wheel drive would be nice because I would almost daily drive this thing, and it would be nice when the snow falls to be able to take it out, but for the 10 or 15 days a year, I would need all-wheel drive versus the every single day for rear-wheel drive. The rear-wheel drive makes more sense. So I'm gonna start on the hunt, and I cannot wait to be able to post on this channel the purchase of the Huracan. But super fun car, had a blast. And Nashville was kind to me, Nashville was good to me. My buddy had the Aventador, we went driving for a day, and the Aventador is mean. A little bit out of reach for me right now, but maybe that'll be step 2 of the Lamborghini journey. But I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, do like this video, subscribe to this channel, and I'll leave some other videos up here. Whatever all the cool YouTubers say, subscribe, like, all that stuff. It's a new channel, but I really want to share my passion for motorsports and just for engines and wheels, whether it's a $2,000 dirt bike or a $300,000 Lamborghini. To me, it's all the same. It's just, I think it's an expression of the human spirit, the human potential, and what we're capable of creating. And I just wanted to share that. So if you want to be along for the ride, subscribe to this channel, like this video. And with that said, I'll see you in the next video. Peace.